Hi everyone, welcome to Math 100L. My name is Cindy Goodwill and I'm going to be your instructor this semester, and I'm very excited to meet all of you and to get to know you during the semester. All of you have gone through GS 120L, so you're pretty experienced with using iLearn. So in this video I'm going to show you kind of an overview of the course so I can point out a few important things that you probably want to know. So our course is Math 100L section 1002, and every week I will be posting announcements, at least one, sometimes two announcements every week. And I also post any emails that I send out to the entire class in the announcements, so that way you have one place to go to see all the important information that I want to send you. So this first announcement right here is kind of an introduction. So this is where I introduce myself, tell a little bit about myself, and then down here is a lot of some of the nitty-gritty information that you need to know about the course from the beginning, and this I also emailed to you at the beginning of the semester. Over here in the Content tab, there we go. If you start out with the Overview button up here on the top, this has all of my contact information, my email, a phone number where you can text me. I also use WhatsApp, and if you use WhatsApp, please send me a message so I can add you to our group. I'm going to have a class group. If you haven't used WhatsApp in the past, I encourage you to download it and send me a message. So I'm going to put together a group for our class so I can send the class messages and important reminders and things like that. The main method of communication for the class is still email. So even though I'm using WhatsApp, email is the main method of communication for the class, so you won't miss anything if you don't get on WhatsApp. It's just a good way to communicate sometimes, and I know a lot of people use it. So underneath that, there's a whole bunch of information on how to get started and some important information about the class. Here's the late policy. Please read that. That's very important, and other things that you will also find important. So read through this whole thing right here, all under the Overview tab. Then come down to the Welcome tab. This is where you'll find the syllabus. Please read through that. And let's see. Let's go back to the table of contents so you can see. Make sure you read through everything under the Welcome section. And then you can go straight down to Lesson 1 and get started. As you can see, each lesson is divided into four or five folders. In Lesson 1, there's only 4, but in Lesson 2, there's 5 folders, and I'll explain all 5 of them. I'll just open up Lesson 2 here so you can see. Each lesson, you can see, starts out with this lovely summary of what is due and when it's due. So you can see all the assignments and when they're going to be due. So for Lesson 2, these are all the assignments that are due by midweek, which is Wednesday at 11 p.m. Mountain Time. And of course, the time that it's due depends on what time zone you're in. For example, I'm in the Eastern time zone, so all of my due dates are at 1 a.m. Let's see if I can show you one. No, of course, it's not letting me show you the due dates. Oh, because it hasn't opened up yet. So depending on your time zone, your due dates will be just a little bit different. And then these are all the assignments that are due by the end of the week, which is Saturday evening at 11 p.m. Mountain Time. Okay. These are the folders that we have each week. The Getting Started folder, which contains the Questions and Conversations board. This, of course, you guys know, is an optional board. It's not required that you post things to the Questions and Conversations board, but if you have any questions or if you'd like to talk about something with the class, this is the place to go. I always check the Questions and Conversations board every day. If you post a question there, I will answer it right away, and most likely if you have a question, someone else has that same question. So even though you can email me, I would prefer if you post the question in the Questions and Conversations board, unless the question's a personal question. Post in the Questions and Conversations board. I'll answer the question and maybe someone else will read it and have their question answered by you asking a question too. So that's very helpful. There's an overview. This is information about math tutoring. If any of you have had problems with math in the past, I highly recommend that you take advantage of the math tutoring or find a tutor around where you live. A lot of people have found it very useful to find someone maybe in their ward who is really good at math and who can sit down and help them with their math if you have a problem with math. Speaking partner and peer discussion appointments start in lesson 2. And the Provident Living reading and discussion. We have a discussion each week that is required. You are required to post 5 times. So you need to answer the question for one post, and then you need to reply to 4 different people. And then the pre-gathering folder, this is all the content that's due before the gathering. And then the folder B is the gathering folder, which has everything that you need for the gathering. And then folder C is our post-gathering folder, and it has all the content that you need for after the gathering, including the attendance report. I know in GS 120, the attendance report is contained in the gathering folder. In this class, it's in the post-gathering folder. And then, this is very important, the portfolio project. You will have portfolio projects due most weeks, not every week. And the portfolio projects, I highly recommend that you read about it at the beginning of the week and start working on it. For the portfolio projects, we're going to be doing a life plan kind of thing, and I'll explain that more in a video later on. Plus, I'm going to be doing a live lesson to go over how to do the portfolio project for anyone who's interested. I'm going to be doing that on Zoom Wednesday of week 2, and you'll get more information on that in the announcements. Let's see, what else? I went over those things. Oh, so for this class, there are 4 exams and then a final. So there's 4 units that we go through, and each unit is a few weeks long. So the first unit is lesson 1 through lesson 4. At the end of lesson 4, you'll have your first unit exam. The second unit exam is at the end of lesson 7. The third is at the end of lesson 10. And then the fourth is at the end of lesson 13. You don't need to remember that, but just be aware that there are 4 exams during the semester, 4 math exams. So some of the things that are different that I pointed out to you were the portfolio projects. So please pay attention to those portfolio project folders and work on those during the week that you have a portfolio project assignment due. And the exams that you have, the 4 exams that you have throughout the semester. This is kind of just a quick overview, so you might have some questions. Please feel free to go on to the questions and conversation board, post any questions that you might have, or if you have a question of a personal nature, go ahead and email me. I am here for you. I'm excited to be able to help you out this semester, to get to know you. I just want you to know that I have a testimony that I know this church is true, and that I know that the Pathway program is inspired, and that it can really help people to change their lives, to become better people. Just going through the material with my students, it's changed my life and helped me to be a better person. And I'm very thankful for all the things that they have in here. It's really helped me realize that the Lord sees the things that we deal with as spiritual, and that we need to look at them with kind of a spiritual lens, and it can help improve our lives and make us happier people. So I just wanted to share that with you. So I will see you online. I look forward to getting to know you.